Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great weekend. I don't have an update on my house this weekend, but I thought we'd talk about something a bit different. We're going to talk about bucket lists. And I want to hear if you have big items on your bucket list that you want to achieve. Well, actually, any item on your bucket list. Let's share some ideas. I'm sure you can find things that I could add to mine. So I started mine. Well, you're always talking, aren't you? You always say, no, it's on my bucket list, it's on my bucket list. So I actually made a proper list back in August 2020, in no particular order, of all the things that I wanted to do. And do you know what? I go back to it every now and again because a lot of them are travel. And I haven't been to all these places yet. And then I'm always like in my mind going, oh, I'd love to go there, I'd love to go here. And then when I go back to my list, I go, oh, I forgot that I put that on my list. And it reminds me how much at that time I really wanted to go. And makes me rethink it. So like one of them on here was Morocco. I always wanted to go to Morocco. And I hadn't been thinking about that for a while. And I picked this up the other day and I thought, oh yeah, I need to get to Morocco. So it's good for reminding me as I'm getting older of what I need to do, what I wanted to do. But also, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Now, I wrote this because I wanted to. So 2020 would have been when I turned 50, actually. So I guess I must have been thinking at the time, let's write down all these things you need to get done before it's too late. And I've got some of them done, quite a few of them. I haven't seen every place I want to go to yet. But I actually get some value out of it because it kind of challenges me to make sure that, like, when I go away, make sure I do at least one thing off this list. And yeah, it's a bit of excitement, isn't it? I mean, I think it's quite good to write them down. And like, I won't go through all my travel ones because there's loads of those. Except for like this one. I really wanted to do this. Always wanted to go to Israel and do the Holy Tour. You know, see the Holy Land and everything. Always wanted to go. So I know why that was on there. And I actually was going to go a couple of years ago, but then the war broke out a week before I was due to go. So I don't think I'll ever get that one done. And some of them, like, I do alter a bit. And I think that's okay, actually. I think it's okay to adapt your bucket list. Because sometimes it's not always easy to do what you wanted to do. Like one of mine was I wanted to go to Rwanda and I wanted to see, I did actually want to go and learn about the history of genocide there. It's just something that interests me. I know it's a little bit morbid, but it does. And I wanted to trek with mountain gorillas. And I couldn't really get there, but I did go to Uganda in September 2022. And so I did get to trek with the mountain gorillas. So I kind of crossed that off. Yeah, I mean, I have watched lots of stuff on Rwanda, so I do know about the history. I would have liked to have done both, actually, but Rwanda's very expensive, when it was at the time. What else do I have in here? Yeah, been there. Not done that yet. Oh, get married. Well, I don't think that's going to happen now, is it? I was still hoping 4 years ago. I just spent 2 months in a van with my brother. I don't think I ever want to get married. I quite like being on my own. I think there's reasons why I'm single, but there we go. Flying a float plane. Well, I finally got to do that in Australia, so that was good. This is one, like visit Poland and the old concentration camps. So actually, I've just found a deal to go to Krakow in a few weeks. So I'm seriously thinking about doing that. I would so love to go there and just learn the history of it. Yeah. So I'm seriously thinking about doing that. This was one, like I always wanted to see a fully grown male lion in the wild, not in a zoo, in the wild. When I went to South Africa, I saw lots of lions and I saw some male, like juvenile ones, but I never saw with the big mane and everything. When we went to Uganda, we went round one of the national parks and we saw some lions, but we didn't see a male one. And I wanted to go on this walking tour and go and find them. I was desperate to see a male lion. And then we were coming out of our, I guess, resort place one day. We were just driving along the road, and there, right on the side of the road, was a lion just sat there, big mane, everything. I was like buzzing. I had to like stop the bus, go back, and I managed to like see him before he, as they pulled the bus back, he started to move away. But I got to see him, and I was like, yes, tick. Oh, I was buzzing. It's just one of those things I just really wanted to see one. It's not the same as in a zoo. Zip line. Can you believe at 50 I'd never done a zip line before? I did one in 2021 in Mexico, and then actually the next year in Mauritius I did some really big ones. I loved it. Loved it. I don't know why I never did them before. 50 and never done a zip line. Diving. Oh dear, no. I think I've mentioned this before. My son's always on at me to do my diving course after he taught me to snorkel, and I do love snorkeling. I did try to do it. Now, what year was this? Yeah, 2022, beginning of 2022. So I took the first part of the PADI course in a swimming pool, like you have to do, in the UK. And then I went to Mauritius for a week with my friend, and I was going to do the second half there. And I had a cyclone. And so when the day came for me to do the second part, oh my gosh, it was so rough in the bottom of the sea. The cyclone had passed, but the sea had not caught up yet. And I had to kneel on the bottom, and you have to like go forward and back. I can't even remember what I had to do now. It wasn't even that long ago, was it? Showing my age, can't remember things. And I just getting pulled pillar to post, pillar all over the place. And then I panicked, and I pressed my button on my jacket, and I shot up to the top. Not good. And I was just like, oh, I'm never going to get this done. But hats off to the instructor I had there. He said to me afterwards, he said, look, it's not the conditions for someone like you to do your PADI. You need more time, and if you were here long term, I would get you through this, but you're not. He said, but, he goes, I want you to come diving with me tomorrow, but you're not going to have to do anything. I'm going to hold your hand the whole time. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to do all the buttons, everything. All you're going to do is hold my hand and drift along next to me. Because he says, if you don't get in that water again, you never will try again. Oh, I was so nervous, but I did it. And yeah, it was great. And he did. He held my hand all the way through, and he did my jacket thing and everything. Yeah, it was great. So I ticked that off. I did dive. Okay, I didn't dive solo, but I didn't put that on my list, so that's fine. What else did I have on here? Oh, this is how naive I am. I put on there, I want to cuddle a lion. So when I was going to South Africa, oh, you might have seen the note below as well. And I think this is why it's important to not beat yourself up if you don't get it done, if there's a reason as well, or just because you didn't get around to it. But on this occasion, who doesn't want to cuddle a baby lion or a baby cheetah? Anyway, I was going to South Africa, and they have these opportunities all over. And I said to my son, I said, I get to cuddle a lion. He said, yeah, Mum, he said, I think you better do some research into this first, because if you do it and then you come home and learn what happens to these baby lions or cubs that become lions, you will struggle to live with yourself. He said, I just know you. He said, so I suggest you do some research. Well, I did some research into it. And I'm so glad he gave me the heads up for that. So unethical. And he's absolutely right. I could not have lived with myself. So I never will do that one. And I actually wrote that, not going to do it. Unethical. It's fine to be like that. Absolutely fine. Shotgun on a Harley Davidson. Still need to do that. If you've got a Harley, let me know. White water rafting. Again, had not done that by 50. Did it in Cairns in 2022. Oh, it was brilliant fun. Cage dive with great white sharks. Went to South Africa to do it. Great white sharks weren't there. Went to Port Lincoln near Adelaide to do it. No sharks. It's not going to happen for me, is it? And then still a few other little things to do. Oh, have my makeup done by one of RuPaul Drag Race queens. Yeah, I love Drag Race. I love their makeup. I love how they look so beautiful. It's very annoying that they look more beautiful than me and I am a female. Oh, I'd love them to do my makeup for me, teach me all those tricks. And then, of course, you know I did my road trip around Australia. Originally, my road trip bucket list item is Perth to Darwin, but I extended it a bit. But I did do the Perth to Darwin bit. I think that it's a bit of fun, isn't it? I'd love to hear what yours are and share them. I bet you've got some ideas for me to add to my list. It's a bit of fun, but it's also, it kind of sets yourself a few challenges, you know. Some of those are right outside my comfort zone, like diving. Zip lining was outside my comfort zone. But it reminds you, and like I say, it kind of reminded me when I went through it how much I did want to go to Morocco, and actually that I still do. So yeah, all good. Anyway, that's our little bit of fun for Sunday. Can't wait to hear what yours are, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.